To sue or not to sue? That is the question. Would you like to know the answer? Come join me on this walk with Daisy. Say hi, Daisy. As I share with you the answer to this question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. This is what goes on in the minds of an injured patient as they are trying to decide what to do when they come to the realization that something happened to them, that something bad happened, that they suffered significant harm and injury, and now they cannot fathom, they cannot understand how it's possible that a doctor whom they once loved, a doctor whom they put their trust and their life into their hands, now could possibly have caused them significant harm and injury. Now, keep in mind, I'm not talking about intentional harm. I'm talking about negligence, carelessness, a departure from the standard of care where somebody fell through the cracks. And now, as a result of that negligence, as a result of that carelessness, you, the injured patient, now suffered significant harm and injury. I have had injured clients call me who say, listen, I've never done anything like this. I've never brought a lawsuit before. I don't want to sue my doctor. What will people think of me? The people in the community, what are they going to think? What are my friends and family going to think? And my response is very simple. The people in the community have no idea about the injuries that you actually suffered. The people in your community are not going to put food on your table. The people in your community and your friends and family, they're not going to figure out how you're going to be able to get through your day and do your daily activities. They're not going to figure out how you're going to pay for your kids' college tuition. They're not going to pay for your kids' college tuition. Why? Because they're not going to do it. You may not be able to work. And as a result of that, you're trying to figure out how you're possibly going to support your family. Your friends and your family members are not going to have anything to do with that. You may be unemployed for a significant period of time, or your earnings may be significantly less than what you are currently earning. None of your friends or family or coworkers, none of these people are going to do anything to help you out financially. They're not going to come to your home and help you do your daily activities. So, it begs the question, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit back and realize, okay, this is fate, this is what God intended, and therefore I'm not going to do anything? Or, you do have an option. The option is, you can, if possible, if you do have a valid lawsuit, if you do have the ability to show that your doctor was careless, and as a result of his carelessness, you suffered significant harm and injury. In that instance, if you have a medical expert to confirm that you do have a valid case, then yes, you do have the ability to go forward and bring a lawsuit. Now, what's the lawsuit supposed to do? You're never going to get back your life. You're never going to get back to the way you were perfectly. You're never going to get back to that baseline of being able to do all of your daily activities without a problem. Well, you should know that a lawsuit is designed to compensate you for all of the harms and losses and damages you suffered because of someone else's negligence, because of someone else's carelessness. That's all a lawsuit is designed to do. Now, there are people who turn around and say, oh, but somebody who's bringing a lawsuit is greedy. The attorneys are greedy. The attorneys are the ones who are making all the money. What most of those people, most of those critics don't recognize and don't pay attention to is, to you, the injured patient, the injured victim. If you have the money to go ahead and hire the best attorney in the world, to go ahead and get compensation for all of those injuries and damages, by all means, you can certainly do that. Most people simply don't have the ability to hire the best attorney they possibly can at a significant hourly rate and now continue that for another 2 or 3 years through the course of the litigation process in order to try and recoup all their damages. So plaintiffs' attorneys, attorneys who represent injured patients, injured victims, turned around and said, listen, we will go ahead and represent you. We will go ahead and prosecute your case if you have a valid case. We will take all the risk. We will make an investment in you and your case, and we will advance all of the monies necessary to prosecute your case with the expectation that if we are successful, either by a settlement or by verdict, that we will then receive a percentage of the amount that we recover for you as our attorney's fee. So there is a built-in incentive for the attorney to do as best as he possibly can to get you as much money as possible. So to go back to the question I raised in the title of this video, to sue or not to sue, that is the question. There are, in fact, some people, some injured patients, some injured victims, who have said to me, listen, I'm a religious person. I have no intention of suing. In that case, I say, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in, allowing me the opportunity to learn about what happened to you, and giving you your options. You choose not to go forward, that's perfectly okay. On the other hand, there are people who turn around and say, listen, my life has been upended. My life will never be the same. My family will never be the same. I would like to try and go ahead and obtain as much compensation as possible. In that instance, I would like the ability to go forward with a case. Can you please investigate to determine if a medical expert supports my case so that we can go forward and actually go ahead and bring a lawsuit? One other thing you should know. Some people are very concerned that if they bring a lawsuit against their doctor or the doctor's medical group, that the doctor is going to lose his license to practice medicine, or that the medical group is going to go out of business if they get sued. The reality is that neither of those two things happen. Instead, since this is a civil lawsuit designed to obtain monetary compensation, the doctor does not lose his license to practice medicine. In fact, unless his actions are so egregious, nothing will happen to his license to practice medicine. Now, as far as the medical group going out of business, that simply does not happen. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in these medical malpractice cases here in the state of New York. You know, I recognize you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York, and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but haven't done so yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207, or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.